Always super to catch up with Nick Paddock ahead of racing in the Eastern Cape regarding the Cliffy Miller runners, and a good few of them are behind us in shot, having just gotten back from work. On Friday, the yard will start in race 3 with the 2 runners, and here Mistakes first up. Last time out, didn't ever recover after a bit of a bad start, but his local debut had promised so much more. He'll be joined by Pilgrim, and Nick, you'll be hoping that this fellow can find his form.
Yeah, Pilgrim's been a little bit disappointing. His work in the mornings is decent enough to win a maiden, and he just hasn't really produced after that second. And I thought, we're probably going to catch on and carry on a bit of form, and he just hasn't really reproduced it, unfortunately. And Janshi's been happy with his work. Got no weight on his back. We've tried something new, sprinting again. So let's hope for the best with him. And Mistakes, his last start he caught a bit of a bump out the pens, and he did have a bit of a back issue afterwards. So you could put a line through that. His first run here, there was a bit of promise in there. I think the form lines were franked in that. So he's doing well at home. He's in a good space. We've given him a bit of freshen up, and he's got no weight on his back. And just hoping for the best. A very competitive field, so we're just hoping.
Another 2 runners moving to race 6. Play Act first up. His merit rating is finally starting to fall. Let's hope he can start to feel that and get back on track. He'll be joined by Sovereign's Call, who's back off a 3-month break.
Yeah, Sovereign's Call is doing really well. Hopefully we stay on grass for him. He's doing well. He's looking good. He's in a really good space. We've got JC taking 2.5 kilos off his back, which obviously puts him in the race. He'll probably get given a chance and run at them. He's the type of horse, if he pops up, I wouldn't be surprised. But I think keep an eye on him. He's starting to come right, like all those half-out horses that rocked up.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on him.
And Play Act?
Play Act, thank goodness his rating's finally starting to drop. It's only taken about 2 years. It's an unfortunate thing with these 2-year-olds that they get hammered as young horses just for running competitive races. If you have a look back in his form, he's run 4 lengths to Grade 1 winner King Dundee and a length to My Best Shot. So you've got to keep him in mind. Obviously his rating's starting to drop again. He's probably 2-3 points out from being at his optimum rating. Keep an eye on him, and just hopefully we stay on grass for him as well.
This on Fires in race 7. Now, he was a smart winner last time out. How do you feel about him up to 1400, Nick?
I don't think the 14 is too much of an issue. He settled in quite nicely in his last start, and he ran at them. He's jumping out of his skin at the moment. He's revving. I think he's expect a really big run from him, grass or poly. I think if we go to poly, he's the horse to beat. But on the grass, he's a massive runner. I expect him to be right on top of them. I expect him to go very close.
Hat, Trick or Treat is next up in race 8.
He's failed to show much to this stage, and with the -4, we're just hoping for the best.
The yard close in race 9 for 2 runners. Alex Miller, she's always there and thereabouts, and you've got to feel she'll be competitive again on Friday. Japanese Garden, Nick expected the improvement last time out, and Nick, that's what you got. Well done.
Yeah, fantastic run. It was over the moon. She really ran a good race. Her rating's also starting to come down to a competitive point now, and on the grass they've drawn up the right side of the course, I believe, on the outside. And I think Japanese will run a massive race back to 12 now. I think the 5 was a touch on the sharp side, but she did show good speed, and they just outsprinted her at late. I think she'll be a big runner here with no weight again, with 1.5 kilos. Alex obviously last time was a little bit too far back. They really went quick in that happy race, and she found a bit of traffic, and so she was a bit unlucky not to be in the first 3. Again, she's knocking at the door. She's always in the mix. You have to include her all the time. So keep an eye on her, but hopefully both of them can find some minor money there.
Yeah, both of these girls do look to be horses to include for trifectas and quartets.